let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Okay, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. I've traveled nonstop for 16 plus years and went to 90 countries. I'm in Zadar, Croatia. And I'm answering questions, global questions from readers. Behind me is one of the oldest buildings in the area. I'm on a round spit of land with it's kind of like a fortress that used to be a fortress, had a wall around it. And it's this building behind me was in the 19th century, St. Donatus. Okay, Kenneth D. asks, "Hi Andy, this is Kenneth D. from Long Island, New York again. Your average budget for lodging in all countries you visit is about $300 or less per month." Yes, I always try to key in on a $300 a month budget. There's different ways to get that budget though, so you know you can sacrifice one thing to do it, but it's an average, so maybe I'll pay $15 here, but I'll pay $10 in Sarajevo when I go there. I'm going to keep moving countries here through Europe. Okay, you have some videos on food and some cooking in the hotel room, but what isn't clear is what a typical food budget for you is and how you go about it. Do you eat breakfast out but shop at markets for your main meal, or do you mostly eat out at local restaurants and only prepare your own meals to stay within your budget? Do you have any particular challenges from country to country when it comes to feeding yourself, other than the water issues? Okay, water. Let's include water in the food budget. Water is probably one of your most expensive things, and it can cost between $1 to $3 a day. So $3 a day times 30 days would be $90, right? I'm very lucky. I've been laughing. I was in Norway. I could drink the water from the tap. I asked a lady here in Croatia, "Can I drink the water from the tap?" So even though the hotel is the hostel I'm staying in is costing me $15. I'm saving almost $2 in water or drinkings, because I can drink the water from the tap here. A really good hotel will have, if there's a purified water problem, will have a 5-gallon thing of water and give you free water. So you really got to pay attention to the water a lot. So I gave up coffee. That's starting to save me $2 a day at least. Long story there, but okay, my budget for food is around I would say it goes between $5 and $10 a day. Obviously, I save my eating in restaurants for when I'm with friends, but I don't eat the same as them. I usually eat my own thing. I have a methodology of eating which is a little bit different, and it actually causes me a problem when I get home. I eat snacks all day, so I'm a scavenger. So like all day long, I go for a walk in the morning, and then I'll buy something like a piece of bread, or just like this morning I bought 3 bananas and ate them. It cost me $1, and so I try to make each stop no more than $1, and that means I probably do that 5 times a day, so it costs me about $5. Now there is these indirect costs where you actually stop at a restaurant, drink a cup of coffee or water, and just or a Coca-Cola or something, just for entertainment purposes. But generally anywhere on the planet, even in the United States, it's always easy to eat between $5 and $10 a day. Now I'm in Europe, so my cost of living for the hotel has went up to around $15 a day. I can get it lower, but I would have to stay longer. Then I'd have to get the average, so you get a room for 8 or something, but then you'd have to stay for a month, and then it would average out to around $10 a day, 10 euros a day, the way you look at it. So it's always an average. You got to look at it like if you're staying in a real expensive country, you move faster. In a cheap country, you stay a long time. So obviously, I only stayed 2 days in Norway because it was $30 a night. But the food budget almost always stays the same in every country I'm at. So all day long I'm stopping at different places, and so but obviously I have sticker shock here on food sometimes. Not so much in Croatia, but I will walk around until I see something that's around $1, then I'll buy it. And it's amazing if you walk around in a supermarket. I always find a supermarket. I'm not on continuous vacation. The idea of sitting in a restaurant with a bunch of tourists just isn't really much fun for me. With friends, yeah, but by myself, I don't do it because after a while, all tourist restaurants kind of seem the same. I did make a video the other day about Norwegian food. If I could find a very typical where a bunch of the locals are eating and they're obviously eating some sort of set platter or something, yeah, I would stop there and try to do it. But it's becoming very difficult, especially in tourist places. Like right here, they got pizza places everywhere, which I don't think have anything to do with the local culture. Hey. Okay, so I'm eating all day, so it's between 5 and 10, and it's really easy to do this anywhere on the planet. There's absolutely no problem. The markets are also entertaining at the same time. So if you go into a fresh food market or a big grocery store, a lot of times I almost consider that a type of entertainment. So going there 2 or 3 times a day is fun, and it's people watching. So it's a great time. I'm not temptation driven. I'm not a person that has to eat just because. I was on a plane from Norwegian.com to come from Norway, and they wanted me to pay $40 a meal. I didn't do it. I didn't eat anything on the plane for 10 hours or whatever. And to me, the sign of a real traveler is a person that can avoid temptation and can go 24 hours without eating. I'm just not a person that is going to buy a bad value for any kind of reason. Okay, it's just not going to happen to me. I'm not prone to going to the duty-free shop and buying stuff or stopping in Starbucks. Starbucks is like way off my list, right? But you can see that it's a challenge. But if you're way overweight, you can obviously see that you may have problems with temptation. I'm in, sometimes I eat more in poor countries and I eat less in rich countries. So it's always a challenge, guys. Thank you very much. It's a very good question. I'll try. You can always reword these questions and send them back, Kenneth, and ask me more specific questions. That's always helpful.